I'm
just living my
over.
life, 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 life. I'm just living my life, 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 life. I'm just living my life, 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 life. I'm just living my life, and I'm not living.
And it seems that they are very, very, very important based off these statistics.
Extremely.
Um,
Highly.
so, not to say
Absolute.
that there aren't any good mothers.
Right,
You can
yeah.
make it in growing up in a single mother household.
Yeah.
It's just not the most productive. It's not. It just doesn't yield the best results. And imagine that kid who grew up productively in a single mother household. Imagine how much more greater that kid would have grew up with a father in the household, with 2-parent household. It's the yin and the yang. So let me ask: with these facts presented, do single mothers raise criminals?
Yes. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's absolutely true. I mean,
You're more likely to end up being a criminal or in prison if you come from a single mother household.
it's just the way it is, man. I mean, but it also goes to, they got the media. I think the reason the single mothers, especially the feminist movement, I always want to throw that out there because with the introduction of the feminist movement to the black community, who's the feminist movement for? It's a thing that automatically comes in and separates the two. Because the feminist movement for women, supposed to be single women, really. What is a married woman? What rights are you really fighting for? You're married. You have a man in your life and y'all have a family structure that you're building. So it really doesn't have anything to do with you. I just, I think that a lot of people don't really take the time to analyze the things that are causing problems in their life and see the grand scheme of things, of the big picture, like the things they ingest mentally, spiritually, and physically. The information and the food that people are taking in is causing them to essentially be single for the rest of their life and raise children that become criminals. Now, that was a tangent, and it kind of went all over the place. But I brought it back to my key point, which was the feminist movement. Is information that people take inside of themselves, and it causes them to feel like they don't need a man in their life, so they automatically create what's the word? I ain't gonna say hate. I just say hate, resentment. Forget the black man. I don't need a man. This I don't need a man mentality. A lot of women have I don't need a man syndrome.
So that was my next question, is asking, what do you think led to men not being in the home?
Oh yeah, definitely the feminist movement.
Movement.
You see the movie. A great example of this depicted on screen is the movie Cornbread. Earl Cornbread. Yeah, and in the beginning of the movie, I think it's Cornbread's mama. She got a man that she's entertaining and dating, and he's over there after a long night of whatever they were doing, and the next day the social worker was supposed to come over there, and she like, oh, you gotta leave because I want them to see me with a man in my house.
Mm-hmm.
They can't see me with a man in my life helping me raise my child. Because it take away the benefit. When people say the benefits replaced the man, it did. The government became the father to you people's children. The same government who built the prisons to put your children in.
So do you think that most there's a stereotype out there that most men just don't want to be in their kids' life, they just run away from their responsibilities. And I would beg to argue opposed to that. Do you think that's the case?
No. It's not the case all the time. Sometimes, yes.
Do you think it's the case most of the time?
No.
Okay.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, that's very, very, very interesting. It seems that single mothers breed the men that they dislike so much. We have a lot of men out here who are like, to me, it's odd because I've never seen this in my life anecdotally. I've never seen men wanting to be stay-at-home fathers, not work. Men who rather see the wife go out and do all the hard work, and and be okay with it. I've never seen so many men want to do okay with that. I've asked my peers and things like, "Are you okay with that? Would you be okay with your wife bringing home?" They're like, "Yeah." I have cousins, I have friends, and it's just so weird to me. I'm not used to that. I grew up with my dad. It's like my mom stayed home and my dad went to work, and he worked countless hours. And I think that's something that men are more built for doing. I don't think women should be dealing with the daily stresses of life like that and having all that pressure on them. Men should take on that pressure and deal with those things. But it seems that women promote these type of men and raise them, but then again complain about them when they're dating. Yeah. It's like it's a
little backwards.
Yeah.
But do you know?
Sandwich with the wrong side up.